Hey everyone, and welcome to another cooking series from Brian Animal Activist. And today we're going to be cooking one of my own creations. It's fresh cauliflower, potato, garbanzo beans in a red Thai curry sauce. Well, I'd say Indian sauce, not Thai. This is the sauce we're going to be using. Let me get a close up for you guys. This is red curry sauce, and the only allergen this one has would be coconut. So this is 100% vegan, even though it doesn't say the word vegan on there. There is no dairy products in there, no meat products, no byproducts from animals. So today we're cooking healthy. Over here I have 3 small potatoes that I've peeled and diced, and we're just going to bring them up to get them nice and soft. Over here on a high heat, I've just put them on, is the cauliflower. Now we just need to season these with a little salt and pepper. Someone asked me once, why do we season food? Well, to season food, we're just enhancing the flavour, that's all. You don't have to salt and pepper your food. Don't think you have to. Been cooking for many years, and I have found that a little seasoning goes a long way with flavour. There we go. So let's do some, while this comes up to the boil, let me get the garbanzo beans and show you what we're going to add here. So we have 1 can of garbanzo beans, Simple Truth, organic. These are we're going to put these in at the last minute. Put those to the side there. Alright, so I remember someone told me, Brian, why don't you put beef in this meal? Wouldn't beef be a great attribute to the curry? Well, I'm a vegan animal activist, and I don't use animals for this simple reason. So if a cow was to naturally live in the field, in the wild, they would naturally enjoy, on average, around a 20-year lifespan of enjoyment of life, all the things that we go through. However, in the so-called agricultural industry, cows are genetically bred, and usually the younger calves are sent to slaughter way much younger than that, maybe a year old, still a child. Now, if you put yourself in their position, wouldn't you want your child to live longer than a year? If you were the child, wouldn't you want to be with your parents for your entire life? I mean, would you be asking yourself questions? What did I do wrong to deserve this, maybe? So as a vegan animal activist, it is my job to speak up for them and to let you know that you have a choice. And they sell plant-based meats now. You don't even have to eat meats. You can eat cauliflower, potatoes and beans. So by extending the love I have for humans also to animals is an act of kindness. Do you really want to be responsible for a child being taken away from a mother at a year old? No, no one does. So let's put the words up here. Today we've talked about why we should be kind to cows and not purchase their products. I mean, who's worse? The guy in the slaughterhouse shooting the cow in the head to stun them and then slicing the throat open while they drown to death on the blood? Or the person blindly going into the store and paying for their flesh? Well, in fact, the person going into the store is not responsible whatsoever, because they don't know. They don't know the suffering and the pain the animal goes through behind closed doors. So I encourage, for those that don't know, if you feel anything inside you that says, I don't want to contribute towards animal suffering or animal abuse, then watch the documentary Dominion at www.watchdominion.com and make up your own mind. Don't follow the world. So I'll go and put it up here, watchdominion.com. We'll put up here, we've talked about cows, and we'll keep adding words up here as we start talking. So let's get this up to the boil quick. You know what, let's go ahead and put the lid on here. This will get it up to boiling quicker. And let's check back in 15 minutes. Alright, quick bake. I was still not to the boil yet. I was just checking in. You know, I remember there was a vegan pastor that mentioned to me once. There's a spiritual war that's going on. Like, the average person like me and you doesn't really see, you know, it's between good and evil. So I challenge people, ask yourself this question: why would the world hide something from you? Do you think they would hide it because they don't want you to see? Maybe it's going to hurt your eyes or awaken you to the truth of what you're actually paying for. That's right, there's a reason we take our children picking apples and not to the slaughterhouse. There's a reason why slaughterhouses don't have glass walls. There's a reason why if you stood in a slaughterhouse and watched an animal beg for his or her life, you would no longer pay for it to happen. Watch the documentary Dominion. It's right there. It's free to watch. Make up your own mind. Anyway, let's get back to cooking some food. Alright, these are boiling now. I've got about 6 minutes left on them. I don't want to cook these too much, else they'll be too smushy and soft in the curry. So we're actually going to turn this one off now. It's come to a boil. And we're going to leave this for at least 5 to 10 minutes, and it'll slow cook now until it stops boiling. Potatoes are already ready. We turn those off. And we can start compiling everything. Let's come back in 10 minutes. So I'm just opening my peas and mix them in with the potatoes. Did you know you can use the brine from this as an egg replacement when baking? Okay. Drain these potatoes. You don't need to see what I'm doing. Okay. Quick and easy. So we have the golden potatoes, 1 can of garbanzo beans, and the beautiful red curry sauce. When it comes to spice level, I would say this is a medium. Amazing. So to make sure I get all the sauce out of here, I'm just going to add a drop of water. And then put the lid back on with a shake. Not too much water, or the sauce will be too runny. Okay, we got that in there. My wooden spoon. Just going to give this a little stir here. So I just had my breakfast, so I'm not hungry this time, but it does smell really great. So look at this. You see that? Well, you wait till we have the cauliflower in here as well. This is going to be an amazing meal. And I'm going to actually, once I've cooked all this, package it up for lunches at work. Or from whenever I want. Looks really good. Now the potatoes have cooled, the cauliflower is cooled right down now. Whew! I'm going to drain the water away. Let me take that over there and I'll be right back. There you go. Oh, lost a little piece. Okay. Now let's bring this a little closer so you guys can see. Just gonna put a little heat to this now. We can get the cauliflower in there. Let's see if we can just tip the whole thing in. Okay. Perfect. Alright, so the cauliflower, we'll break it down into smaller pieces once we get a little bubble into this sauce. You think I almost need a bigger pan, right? Nope. There we go. Let's put the lid on here. My towel. So, for anyone just going vegan and you're at home thinking, what can I cook? What can I buy? You don't have to buy processed vegan food that you find in your local supermarkets. That's more expensive than regular food. You can actually make your own food out of naturally cheaper products. It's cheaper to be vegan. So this meal, let's look at the pricing. It was $4.70 for the sauce, $2.99 for the cauliflower. Potatoes that I used, let me see, 3 small potatoes. I'm going to be generous and say $1 for the potatoes and $1 for the beans. We're around $10. How about that? Come up to the boil now. See the bubbling coming through now? I just want to try and stir things up a little. Try and get all the cauliflower into the sauce. There we go. Cauliflower potato garbanzo vegan curry. Thank you for watching. Actually, let's see if we can do a close-up here for you. Looks amazing, right? What would you serve this with, Brian? Well, myself, I would just eat this as it is. It's awesome, but maybe some fresh, crispy white bread. Your choice.